Hello from Gardening at Douentza. And it's summer, so I'm in France at the moment on my holidays, and here in Brittany, can you believe it, I found an orchid nursery. This nursery is called Canopée des Orchidées, and I just can't wait to get a look around inside. In fact, this nursery hybridizes some of its own orchids, some cattleyas, some Lycaste, some different ones, so I'll definitely be in the lookout for those. Come on, let's have a look around. Oh no, they're closed for lunch, can you believe it? What am I going to do for a whole hour?
200 meters, bear left.
So, while waiting for the orchid nursery to open up, I decided to take a little jaunt into the local town and have a look around. So take a look at this. I was wondering why all these telephone boxes in English were around the place. But if you look inside, it's really a library. So you bring along the books that have been gathering dust on your shelf. Wow, it's noisy here. And you exchange them for something that you actually want to read. Brilliant idea. Okay, well that's enough of that. Let's go back to that orchid nursery because I can't wait to see what they have.
Then you have reached your destination.
And here they are with the desis. And here I am after my visit to the Orchid Nursery at La Canopée des Orchidées, and I had a wonderful time, and I came away not too empty-handed, as you can see. So I just thought at the end of the video I'd talk you through the purchases I got there and why I bought them. So I guess we'll kick off with the beautiful orange Disa that's in full flower here, and isn't it striking? It just jumps out at you with that gorgeous orange colour. And the reason why I got this particular Disa is, well, there are two reasons, and one is that it has enormous flowers, now even bigger than this one, 14 centimetres wide. And the other reason is that this particular one is a hybrid made by the nursery I just visited, La Canopée, so that's kind of something special to have. But what a really cool name it has, because this Disa is called Menez-Tan, which means not a lot to you and me, but apparently in the Breton language this is the word for volcano. And aren't the colours just so like an explosive volcano? So I think it's particularly well named. Now, this orchid nursery is in Brittany, which is a region in the north of France, and they have their own language, and they've used it in the naming of some of these hybrids, so that's really nice. And moving over then to the one to the left, and this is also a hybrid from this particular nursery, and it's a Lycaste, as you can probably tell, called Ti Punch. And Ti Punch is a rum-based cocktail that they have in Martinique, the Caribbean French island, but there's a particularly Breton twist to this. You can add a mead-based drink to it, and that makes a Breton cocktail. So I hope that I'll get flowers next spring. Right, next one, and also on my list before I arrived at the nursery, is this particular Encyclia or Prostechia called, oh my goodness, it has a terrible name. But the flowers, as you can tell from that, are just fantastic. And I'm getting a bit of a thing for encyclias lately, so I just had to add this one to my collection. It's well flowering size, and it has produced sheaths before. So I hope that this new growth here will produce a sheath that, well, translates into flower buds, which is always super. And my spur of the moment purchase was this gorgeous little baby Cattleya. Now this is a miniature, it's a cross between Sophronites, and the flowers are orange, so it's a cross with Sophronites coccinea, which we all know has those small orange flowers with a really flat face that is so attractive in Cattleyas. And this one I saw in flower at the nursery and just had to have it. It's called Louise, and this one has 2 buds, so I hope that this will be in flower before I get home. Super. And akin to Louise is this other miniature Cattleya I bought. This one is called Alice, and it's a Sophronites and Laelia cross, and I actually bought this from my friend who's looking after my streps and vandas while I'm away, so it's a present for her. Now, I really had my eye on the Cattleya Noe that they had at the nursery, which was one of their own crosses itself, and proved to be a beautiful Cattleya with large pink flowers. But I knew if I bought the Noe for my friend, that one for my friend, I'd end up keeping it for myself and end up with nothing for her. So I bought something quite similar to the one I got for myself for my friend, to make sure to keep me on the straight and narrow, and that I'd behave and come home from France with a proper present for Tina. Okay, Okay, so that's all about the plants I got. I was very pleased with my purchases, and the nursery was very nice. Everything very clean, very well maintained, and the owners were very friendly as well, very accommodating and willing to offer advice. Look up pictures on the internet for flowers that there was one particular thing I had my eye on, and they didn't have a picture of it there. They looked it up on the internet for me and that. So really very accommodating. Prices, I didn't see anything below €15, so it wasn't a cheap nursery, but certainly in terms of getting a proper look around and to choose your own plant and just the whole experience, it was well, it was wonderful. I had a great time. So thanks very much for watching my video on the Canopée des Orchidées Orchid Nursery here in Brittany in France, and I hope you liked it, and I hope if you're in Brittany you'll check them out. They also do mail order, so that's worth bearing in mind. You can get your hands on some of these fabulous hybrids yourself without actually coming to France. And thanks very much for watching. Bye now.